What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel and to the StreamElements playlist. Even though you can use my free overlays to set everything up, if you want your stream to look professional and you want an animated overlay like most people are using, you can also follow this video after buying an overlay for yourself. And that's also why this video is sponsored by Own.tv. They have a big webshop for stream graphics and they have a lot of designs in many different themes. Once you go to their website, you can browse through a bunch of options, and once you find something you might like, you can test out all the different elements by using their preview widget. All their designs are completely modular, which means that the design that you create after buying an overlay pack from them will be different from that of someone else, so you will have a unique stream. Paying someone to design you a personal overlay can be really expensive, and if it isn't, then chances are that it will look very cheap and not appealing. So if paying for a high quality custom design is something you can't afford, then I genuinely think that buying from Owned is a very good choice. You can also use my code TVN at checkout, which will give you 50% off. So if you're on the fence of buying an overlay, you should definitely check out their website. Click on my link in the description to take a look. Once you got yourself an overlay or you grabbed the free Neon overlay pack on my Discord, it's time to go to StreamElements.com. You will get prompted with the option to log in with Twitch, YouTube or Facebook, and almost everything we will be setting up today will work for all these three platforms. So choose the one you want. I will choose Twitch because that's what most of my viewers are streaming on. The first thing you'll see when logging into StreamElements are monthly statistics and quick settings on the right to change your stream title and the game you're streaming. You can manage and improve your whole stream using StreamElements, but I will focus on the overlay part today. And to learn more about all the other functions of StreamElements, you can go to my playlist about it, which I will link on top and in the description, as I mentioned before. So let's go to my overlays. Right here under personal, you will see an overview of all the overlays you have created, but let's click on create blank overlay and this will bring us to the editor. The first thing we have to choose here is the overlay resolution. This is not always the resolution you're streaming in, but it actually should be. In your streaming software, you will be able to select a canvas resolution and then an output resolution. And the canvas resolution is the size of the preview scene and the output resolution is the one you will be streaming in. Now, some people set the canvas resolution to that of their monitor and then choose a different output resolution for their stream. But to make things easier to run for your PC, it's best to make your canvas resolution the same one as the output one. So if you're streaming in 720p, then that's what you should set your output and your canvas resolution to. So once you fix these settings right here and they are both the same, we can choose the same resolution also in StreamElements. Then click on start and the area you see right here will later be imported in OBS Studio or Streamlabs OBS if you really want to do that. And everything we will be adding right here to this area is what will later be displayed on our stream. Let's start with the intermission screen and let's also make that the name of our overlay on the top left. Then click on add widget on the left and go to static and click on image. Now a placeholder will be added to the scene and when you have it selected, the settings will appear on the left and you can click on set image. If you don't have my overlay yet, you can join my Discord using my link in the description and then go to the Neon overlay pack channel under free stuff. In there, the last post will always be the most up-to-date version of this overlay. To get the overlay, just click on the file and it will appear in your downloads folder on your PC. Then once you unpacked it somewhere, go to the StreamElements page, click on set image if you haven't done that yet, and then double click somewhere in the middle and then go to the Neon folder. Now go to screens, intermission, with or without socials, that's your choice, and then choose one of these three screens. I will choose this one with the webcam, the chat and the game since this has all the elements. Click on upload and then you'll get an overview with all images you've uploaded before. Hover the intermission screen we just added and then let's click on submit. Now make sure it's selected and click on position, size and style on the left. You'll have to change the width and the height to the one you chose at the start, and since we chose 720p, let's make the width 1280 pixels and then the height 720. After doing that, click on center widget at the bottom and that will make the overlay fit perfectly. Our webcam and our game will be added in our streaming software, but we can add our socials and our chat right here and possibly some recent events right now. Let's start with the chat. On the bottom left you'll see a plus icon and this is what you will be using to add any elements. Let's click on it and then go to stream tools and then choose your stream's chat. A gray box will appear but we want to have it transparent, so let's make sure that we select it and then change the theme from dark chat to custom. Then position it where your chat will appear and then drag select the borders to make it fit perfectly within these white lines. If you have trouble selecting any overlay elements or they are overlapping each other, you can always see layers on the top left and then click on that and it will show you all your layers. Sometimes things overlap and you can change the order right here by dragging the elements around to decide what will be on the foreground and what will be on the background. Let's test the chat because we need to change some things right now. I will type some text in my Twitch chat and you will see that my name appears right here, but most probably the text won't be very visible. Select the chat box either by clicking it in the editor or by going to overlays and then selecting it right there and then go to the settings. Now click on text settings on the bottom, click on the color icon and then make that completely white. Now you will definitely have white text. When you click on the settings again, you can also choose to make the messages fade after a certain amount of seconds by deselecting this box and then choosing the length that the chat will appear on the stream. To add your socials on the bottom, simply click on the plus icon, go to static, then text and then enter your username on the left. Now you can drag it to the right position, then go to the text settings and there you can change the size and the color and the font of your text, etc. Then to add your other social account, go to layers, then select the text layer and click on this duplicate button. Now choose this overlay, reposition the duplicated text and then just change the username if needed. If your text snaps to the border and then you can't position it because of that, you can always disable snapping on the bottom by clicking on this raster icon. And just a reminder, the instructions to change the color of this overlay will always be linked on the Discord. So after this we can add the labels for recent events. You can also choose to add alerts to this scene here, but I would advise you to do that in a separate scene so you can enable or disable those easily while streaming. So for the labels, click on the plus icon, go to labels and then find the one you want to add. I will go for followers, then latest and then choose latest follower. It will appear on top as simple text so we can reposition it and then optionally change the size and the font in the text settings, and then we are done with the intermission screen. So right now I will show you how to add it to OBS Studio and then after that I will show you how to set up other scenes, but I will go much quicker since you already have a good feeling of how everything works by now. So let's launch OBS Studio and you'll see that I have my stream chat and my recent follows, subs, donations, etc. in here just like you have in Streamlabs OBS. And this is also because of StreamElements. It's a plugin called OBS.live and you can probably see how everything fits together right now, right? Now add a chatbot to this, which I also have, and then you have a complete kit for streamers. I will make a separate video about this plugin going over all settings and good ways to use it while streaming, and you can also find that in the StreamElements playlist. Let's make a new scene on the bottom and then call it intermission. Now add a new source, choose browser, call it StreamElements intermission, and now we need a URL to enter right here. Now go back to your browser to StreamElements, click on save and then click on this button to copy the overlay URL. Now go back to OBS Studio and then replace this URL with the one we just copied. Change the resolution right here to the one you chose at the start, which will be your canvas resolution in your streaming program, and then let's click on OK. Now right click on the overlay, go to transform, choose fit to screen, and then you're all set. Now if you have the StreamElements plugin called OBS.live installed, you will also be able to edit this overlay without going to their website. Just double click on the browser source and then click on open in StreamElements overlay editor. From here on it's pretty easy to add new overlays, but let's quickly add our game and our webcam first. Click on the plus icon and then choose game capture. Click on OK, change the mode to capture specific window and then select your game in the next drop down. Now click on OK, position it below the StreamElements browser source and then rescale it till it fits in the top right window. To add your webcam, add another source and then choose video capture device. Now call it webcam, click on OK and choose your webcam in the first drop down. Now click on OK and then rescale it so it fits in the big window right here. You can always cut off sides by holding the Alt key and then dragging one of these sides, so you see this way you can make it fit perfectly without it overlapping other elements like your game on the right. The next step before making other extra scenes would be to add alerts right here, and I also do that with StreamElements, but I have a separate in-depth tutorial about that because there are a lot of options for that. So if you want to add alerts, which you probably do, click on this video in the cards and then open it in a new tab and you can follow that tutorial after finishing this one. Now let's go back to the StreamElements editor and I will show you how to add an animated starting soon and stream ending screen and then an in-game scene. In the free graphics pack which we are using, in the screens folder you can find a video file called animated background. Now this is an animation that keeps looping over and over, and we can use this to make a starting soon screen. Now make sure you don't forget to save the overlay, then click on this arrow on the top left to go back, and then let's create a new overlay. Choose the same resolution as you did before, call it starting soon, and then click on add widget, static custom, and then video. Now click on change video, then on upload on the top right, then double click somewhere right here, go to the overlay folder, to the screens, and then choose animated background. Now after it's finished uploading, hover it and then click on submit. Now make sure that it's selected and then click on position, size and style on the left. Change the resolution to the one you chose when creating this scene, and then click on center widget. Now to add a countdown, click on the plus icon, choose engagement, and then choose countdown. Now you can change the length of the countdown, make it count to a specific date, and you can also delete the days and hours in case your countdown is something like 20 minutes. You can also add a message for when the countdown completes, so for example stream starting soon, but as you'll see the text aligns to the left and it won't be centered when this message appears. So let's click on text settings and then choose this alignment option to make everything centered. You can also change things like the font, the size, etc. right here, and after doing that make sure to uncheck this box because this is only to preview the message. If you don't want anything to show when this countdown is finished, you'll have to enable this box, then remove all the text right here and then disable the box again. Now you could also add some text to the screen like starting soon or your socials, etc. That's all up to you. We've gone over how to add text with StreamElements, so I'm not gonna repeat that. You know how to do it. Now to add this to OBS Studio, just like before, save the overlay, copy the URL, create a new scene in OBS, add a browser source, paste the URL, change the resolution, then click on OK, then go to transform, fit to screen, and you're all done. It's being added as a scene. And of course, adding a stream ending screen can also be done exactly the same way using this animated graphic and by adding some text and some images on top, so I'm also not going over that again. Let's create a new scene and then call it in-game. To add your webcam border, you'll also have to add an image, then go to your overlay folder and choose webcam border. Then you can also just rescale and reposition this, and then later in OBS Studio you can add a video capture device for your webcam and then position it behind this border to make everything fit perfectly. If your webcam doesn't fit within this border, you can always cut off corners by holding your Alt key down and then dragging one of the sides, so that will make you position your webcam perfectly. If you want stream labels, I also have those in this pack, and once you add one of those by adding them as an image, you can go to labels, then choose the correct one and then remove all the text except for the one between parentheses because the text is also in the graphic. Then you can add this on top of the label graphic and change the text settings to make sure it fits perfectly. If the text goes behind your graphic, then go to the layers and make sure that the text is positioned above the label graphic right here. There are a bunch of other widgets that you can add and you should take a look at all of them, but now that you know how to add things, how to change settings, how to add everything to OBS Studio, I think you'll definitely be able to use all of these. If you would like me to make a separate video going over every single plugin of this StreamElements overlay editor and then going over the specific settings, etc., then just ask for it in the comments, and if I see it returning a few times, then I will definitely make a tutorial about that and add it to this StreamElements playlist, which you will find in the cards and also in the description. So if you want to learn anything else about StreamElements, this is definitely where you should go. And if you're setting up your stream in OBS Studio and you want to improve it, then this playlist right here contains a bunch of videos that will all help you to create a professional stream. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope that I will see you in one of these playlists. Have a nice day.